And hello, viewers, welcome to Mr.Who Reviews. And today I'll be reviewing Batman Beyond Rebirth Parts 1 and 2. Yeah, I heard they made a show, but hires up in Warner Bros. Wanted the teenage Batman cartoon, wanted to get kids to watch it, and Bruce Timm and the other people behind it thought it was a kind of bad idea since they can't really do Batman like a Bruce Wayne Batman as a teenager. So I decided to do something that a little different, and that's for some young teenager to take on the mantle of Batman. And yeah, I have to say this is a great show, and the two episodes start off they're just fantastic or sway. And yeah, the cold opening to the first episode is pretty good as well, with a news coverage saying that Bruce Wayne is able to stop a takeover of his company uh, by this guy who's the head of another company named Derek Powers. And turns out this girl named Bunny Greenland had been kidnapped. I wonder if she's Veronica Greenland's daughter or just some sort of relation. And yeah, but Batman is on the case. And yeah, do like this Batsuit all black with the silver stuff on belt and the red bat symbol, as you can see here. And I heard one of the designers of the suit saying he want to make it look like there's like a blood on the symbol or something like that. So, that's when the kidnappers got them ransom. They're about to take Bunny out. Luckily, Batman is able to stop that, but as he's beaten on the criminals, starts feeling some pain, and it gets so bad he has to drops to the floor and gets whacked by a wrench. And looks like it seemed all is lost. He threatens one of the kidnappers with a gun, and yeah, the look on Bruce's face where he takes off the mask and sees what he nearly did is just great. And yeah, and this is the end of the cold opening where he just puts away a bat suit and just says never again as he turns off uh, the lights to the cave. Is just good, and yeah, you kind of tell that he's about to be on his way out of being Batman with the symbolism of him just having like a line of black hair, while whereas his hair is all grey. So yeah, and yeah, then just the opening, which I think is very good. Who I forgot who actually did like the music and the imagery for the opening. I think they got his music. The last name is a cartoon or something like that. But it's just great. It does sound and look a little futuristic, and just some of the images are pretty good, and some of the words that I think about to describe what Batman is that does that pop up is just like great as well. It sounds very like a nightclubish sometimes the music, but mm. Anyway, then it's always 20 years later, and their powers did take over Wayne Industries. Now it's called that is business. They call that Wayne Powers, and yeah, it's taking over more companies, and yeah, it turns out there's these there's this gang called the Jokers, and there's like different fractions of there are different groups of the gang. One Joker is just annoying some people in a clone store, I think. But this kid named Terry McGinnis is able to get him to stop, and looks like when it looks like he's gonna like the Joker's gonna fight back, he just runs. But Terry does get in trouble in school when he wrestling this guy named Nelson, who's voiced by Seth Green. Oh yeah, and Terry's actually voiced by oh, I forgot the name now. The guy that voiced Ron Stopple and Kid Possible. Wilfred Out. That's it. That's it. And yeah, I think he did a very good at a good job as Terry. Someone that has a bit of anger management issues, and but he does have like a good heart sound. Like stop the Joker from or the Joker member of the Joker gang from harassing this woman. And he's a teenager, so he's gonna have some like emotional growing to do and stuff like that. And yeah, what is that Warren McGinnis? One of his work friends from my powers gives him this disc, but Warren knows there's wrong with his hand. And yeah, the guy gets taken away by their powers as assistant bodyguard, Mr. Fix. And when Warren questions Derek Powers about it, he assures him that his friend's gonna wake up in the morning. But he does question Warren if he knows where his friend put a certain disc. Yeah. And when Warren's looking at Taylor's tells him that he's just going out and getting into a bit of a fight. And Taylor just goes to hang with his girlfriend Dana and some other people at I think some club, some more Joker gang members that show up. And yeah, Terry fights him off and just has him stage after him, and he winds up in front of Wayne Manor, and Bruce as he shows up. And yeah, elderly Bruce does just go with the black coat and the grey jumper and stuff like that. Is just a great look for him. And yeah, the fight that he and Terry do against the Joker is pretty good. So that even though he's elderly, Bruce has some of the moves. Even hits one of the Jokers with cane when you're behind him. But it seemed like the fight was too much for him, and Terry has to bring Bruce back to the man to get his medicine. And when he gets there, that's when the introduction of Ace the Bat Hound, or just Ace, turns up. Yeah, I think Ace is a good boy. It is good. It is a good character, and it's an episode season 2 that focus on him, so I can wait for that. Just when Terry's done giving Bruce's medicine, he about to call his dad, but also there's a bat stuck in the grandfather clock and accidentally opens secret passages to the back cave. And Bruce will say gets him to leave. When Terry does go back to his dad's place, he finds some graffiti on the walls going like having a laugh. Yeah, turned out the Jokers might have turned up in Terry's place and did something to Terry's dad, icing him or to take him out. They don't really show what they did to Terry's dad, but I bet it's gruesome. Terry just stuck with his mom now since his parents they get divorced, and it seems like his dad got the custody of Terry while his mom got custody of their other son, Matt. And yeah, this seems kind of Spider-Man ish, like a teenager does like having a fight with his male father figure, or just dad in this case, just before he's uh, taken out by a villain, or a group of villains that faced before, or in Spider-Man case, let go before. Hmm. Yeah, Terry is feeling guilty, but he does find that the disc goes over it, and he just has Dana drive him to Wayne Manor and try to get Bruce to listen. But at first, Bruce doesn't open the gates, but eventually he does. And when he actually looks at this, he finds that the Powers are making nerve gas in Wayne Powers, and he is just disgusted at what he's using his family's company for. And yeah, Terry does going over the suit, saying it might be old, but still cutting edge, and was doing like PowerPoints of what it's made of, and that. And he's taking Bruce my do something as a Batman, but Bruce just tells him to give the disc to Commissioner Barbara Gordon. But Terry thinks that the police want to aid, like before he said that the Powers actually owns police, or police are on Power's side. But Bruce just gives him the glare, and Terry does go to get the disc, but he gets cornered by Powers and Mr. Fix. And yeah, he does get away by just throwing the disc, but Powers gets the disc, and yeah, Terry has to go back to the Batcave and somehow steals the suit. Oh yeah, and after Terry left the Batcave in the second half, when he told the Batsuit the the Bambion suit, they showed like teeth. That animation error or something. I always wondered why they showed teeth was just hung up in a costume display thing. Yeah. Anyway, Terry's just trying to get used to the fly function of the suit as he's spying on Powers, who's shown the nerve, what the nerve could do to this a member of the Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. And yeah, they do show what happened to the friend of Terry's dad, since he took pictures, but they don't show everything. Including when Powers owned the Caspian, uh, what their first experiment of livestock look like. When the Caspian asks if there any cure, Powers says high temperature or radiation, but it was too late for Terry's friend, or Terry's dad's friend, for that. Well, yeah, George Shoe has microphones on the fingertips. Yeah, character gets caught by Powers' uh, goons. Yeah, he can be a little stealthy, but he don't have the skills that Bruce has Batman, and I don't explain why there's a invisibility. The reason why you have the invisibility mode on the suit, other than it being cool. And when he's running from the guards, Bruce has to contact someone, tell him to get you back, but Terry's refusing. So Bruce just actually a switch that paralyzes the suit, and that's when Terry's getting uh, beaten by the guards, and telling Bruce they're gonna knock him off. Bruce decides to turn off the paralyzing part of the suit, and when he's trying to get Terry to just leave the shipment of the nerve gas to the police, Terry just plays on Bruce's sympathy, saying he read up on him, and just saying that the guy that took his dad away from him is on that shipment and needs to get him. And yeah, Bruce just let someone get Terry does have a conversation with power where he actually drops some of the gas on him. And there's a fight with Mr. Fix where he just leads him and some of the other cancers of the nerve gas sinking into the bottom of the ocean. And yeah, in the morning, Bruce actually shows up to Terry's house, offering him a job as a gopher. And yeah, the man just like, pushes Terry to take the job. And the way Bruce is acting in front of Terry's mom is pretty good. It's kind of like his like a playboy persona, but this is just more respectable. And I do like the music that comes on when Bruce is saying Terry, welcome to this world after shaking hands. Unbeknownst to them, the gas actually did more to their powers or to powers than they thought, since the doctor did use the radiation treatment. But it didn't exactly cure powers. It's turned was turned into like a green version of Skeletor or Doctor Phosphorus. Hmm. Yeah, this the start of the series, and the two part is just totally sway. Wilfred L is good as a Terry, including when he's a Batman, and yeah, Kevin Conroy as a Elder Bruce Wayne is as great as he was as a younger Bruce Wayne, but it's a bit more angrier than he was. Bruce having the role as a mentor and a guy in the chair seems a good dynamic for this show, or a good thing for show. I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. And yeah, there's also Barbara Gordon in this the next episode, and have some a reference to Dick Grayson in another. And I think the only time they mentioned Tim Drake is in the Batman Beyond Turn Joker movie, where he actually does show up in that. And yeah, the world of Batman Beyond is pretty good, and Neil Gotham looks very futuristic, and that with the hover scooters and that as well. And yeah, a lot of stuff in the show is pretty good, and does way darker than I bet the higher up of Warner Bros. Was expecting for the kid show they wanted. That what can I say? Sometimes kids like dark stuff, even if they're adults that think like kids. Sometimes. And yeah. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you guys later.